Hello, Virginians. My name is Princess Blandon, and today I am grateful to announce my candidacy for Governor of Virginia as the nominee of the newly formed Liberation Party. Since the murder of my brother, Marcus David Peters, I stood alongside community members and fellow organizers as we fought tirelessly together for changes that will put community care and safety first for all Virginians. Our time is now to create a future in which all Virginians see their values reflected in their leaders. From our cherished rural communities such as my hometown and Middle Peninsula, along with Danville and Buckingham County, to our growing urban centers, from Hampton Roads to Nova to Richmond, we seek a future in which we dismantle the two-party system that continues to block needed progressive changes. As governor, I will trust the science and use sound moral judgment as we transform the commonwealth into a common good state that prioritizes clean energy, provides comprehensive health care for all, is economically thriving, ensures that Black lives matter, is gender inclusive, and guaranteed housing security for all Virginians. We will provide our youth with the safe, state-of-the-art schools they deserve. We will staff all schools with professionally paid teachers. Virginia, together, we will address our broken criminal injustice system and the racial inequalities that ensure liberty and justice for some, but not all. I look forward to working alongside you as we move towards a party that elevates the voices, priorities, and needs of the people. Virginia, we are stronger together. And with your support, we will reshape and build a diverse, inclusive, liberated Virginia for all. I invite you to join our campaign by visiting us at princessblandon.com to learn more, donate, contact me, or sign up to volunteer.
Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. And it is a new video. It's a new video. This is gonna be something new on my channel because it's gonna be the start of my new video series or playlist where I will be promoting various third-party independent candidates that are running for office in 2021 and 2022 and beyond. That's congressional, Senate, president, governors, state legislatures, and local government races, and the list goes on and on and on. And I wanted to make this video series for a while now, actually, simply because third-party candidates or these minor party candidates, they don't really get that much traction because they need a lot of the resources, they need a lot of the infrastructure to get their name out there and get their name out there so they can get their name on the ballot and be able to present themselves as a credible candidate because they're trying to market themselves. They're trying to market themselves as they're just trying to market themselves and display a positive image for themselves of where they're going to take the state that they live in, or where they're going to take the country, how they're going to represent the people in a district or represent the state. And I wanted to start this new series because it's something that part of my very first video, Why Third Party, is just trying to get us to think outside of the two-party system and get us to think that we don't have to live with two parties in this country. And this is what this series is going to do. It's going to be all about giving a voice to third-party candidates and independent candidates because they matter just as much as the Republicans and Democrats do. They deserve a chance at governance because that's the one principle why the founding fathers created the system that we have right now. It's there to give all people a chance to govern a bit on the issues that are most salient to them. So in the first video of this new playlist, where I'll be talking about third party and before I start that, again, I'm sorry about that. If you guys have any recommendations, if you want me to, if there's any third-party candidates or independent candidates that you want me to promote on this channel, please talk about them in the comment section below. And you never know, I could actually feature them on this channel, because we're all about giving a voice to minor or third party or independent candidates that are running for office in 2021, 2022, or beyond. And let's just really reimagine American politics and start electing third party independent candidates. So let's begin this actually. So in the first video part of the series, as you learn from the intro to this video, Princess Blanding is actually running for governor of Virginia, a part of the newly formed Liberation Party. And as what you're seeing right now is her campaign website, and the campaign website will be the link, there will be a link to her campaign website in the description below. But I want to go into the description of herself, Princess Blanding. So you might, because you never know, you might want to actually, if you do live in Virginia, you might want to vote for her in this upcoming election, because you might want to vote for her if you really like her as a candidate. And and my job is to be unbiased as possible to actually promote her campaign very well. So let's start actually on her first homepage. Virginians continue to face an array of uncertainties as we navigate through two public health crises, COVID-19 and systemic racism. We know more than ever that Virginia is in dire need of progressive, courageous leadership that will put people over profit in politics. And as you know, she's really running on the idea that she, as well, Princess Blanding, an educator for over 13 years in the Commonwealth and a grassroots activist, has a history of fighting to elevate the voices and concerns of everyday working class Virginians, and for increased accountability from our local and state elected officials to address the inequities in our Black and most marginalized communities. As Virginians continues to move forward in building an inclusive Commonwealth Virginia, in running for Princess Blanding is running for governor to ensure that liberation is a human right, not a privilege. And that's one of the big reasons for her run. And as one thing her Twitter says, she believes that the two-party system in the Commonwealth of Virginia has failed us, which is coincidentally, this is simply what I believe in. I believe the two-party system all across this country has completely failed us, and I think it's time for us as Americans and the people who live in Virginia just to make a stand, and say we're not going to elect no more Democrats. We're not going to elect any more Republicans in the state. Virginians, it's up to you. The power is up to the power is in your hands. You have the power to change your state's direction for the better. And if you want real change in this country, if you want real change in America and in your state, stop electing Democrats. Don't even dare vote for a Democratic candidate. Don't vote for a Republican candidate. If you vote for a third-party candidate, I think Princess Blanding could be a good answer, but currently, because I don't think there's any other third-party candidates that are considering running for governor of Virginia. Princess Blanding right now is the only declared candidate, and right now, she's actually let me see. Right now, she's her campaign's really working hard to get enough petitions to actually be on the ballot. And if you simply don't like her as a candidate, you don't have to vote for her. Just work really hard and actually sign the petition and help her get on the ballot, so you can give voice to other people who may not want to vote for a Democratic Republican, because you never know, they might want to vote for a third party, and that's simply okay, because they're expressing themselves in our political system, and that's what democracy is all about to us. And honestly, when this and with some of her policy stances that she stands on, like let's look at a couple. Public safety and criminal justice reform. She believes in restoring voting rights of individuals with that had a prior felony conviction. She believes in legalizing marijuana or utilizing tax revenue to invest in communities disproportionately impacted by punitive or drug law enforcement. She really wants to address the systematic societal issue that leads to gun violence, such as overpolicing, lack of resources, and access to mental health support, which thereby leads to crime rather than solely focusing on the symptoms of impoverished, disinvested, and underserved communities by leveling anti-gun legislation as well. Let's look at a couple more. Let's healthcare and COVID-19. Enact healthcare policy that treat healthcare as a human right, not as privilege. So again, she's really more of a progressive on this issue. She wants to, let's see, and end of the for-profit nature of a healthcare system. I'm sorry about that. She also wants to guarantee all Virginians, regardless of gender identity, race, or immigration status, a universally available quality public healthcare system. Increase, and she even wants to increase preventative mental care and substance use support, and establish mobile and stationary crisis and services that include well-trained mediators or counselors or dispatchers under an expanded and strengthened Marcus alert system. And let's see another one. On education. Foster an educational system that will, for the betterment of all students across race, orientation, ability, economic background, to ensure the holistic and the success of all learners. I might have pronounced that word wrong, but some of her position that she stands on. She wants to update K-12 curricula to reflect the centrality of Black and Indigenous history and culture. She wants to fully fund all public schools to ensure the equity across all geographical and racial lines. Implement a family choice educational system that includes in-person, virtual, hybrid, self-paced trades program, and community hands-on learning options. As well, she wants to establish accountability evaluations, allowing all students of varying levels to demonstrate their understanding through alternative high-stakes testing, such as portfolios, hands-on activities, and presentation. But I will leave the rest for you to look at our policy stances and to see if you as a voter in the Commonwealth of Virginia might want to consider voting for her in this upcoming Virginia election that's scheduled to be on November 2nd, 2021, where all Virginians will go out to the polls to actually vote who will be the next governor of Virginia. But honestly, in my opinion, her main focus really is addressing the whole idea of COVID-19 and systematic racism as well, and she believes that this state really needs progressive and courageous leadership that will put people over profit and politics. And honestly, I can completely agree with her on one ideal principle, is the fact that the two-party system in Virginia has failed us. I 100% agree, and someone who lives in California, which I can't even vote for governor of Virginia because I live in the Golden State. I think realistically, all across this nation, we do need better leaders that are from third parties, like libertarians, like the newly formed Liberation Party, which Princess Blanding is a part of, to actually step up to the plate and actually start running for office and challenging the duopoly. Because if we can challenge the duopoly and get enough third parties and independent candidates elected into public office, that's really going to shake up the duopoly. I think that's really going to achieve better governance overall for all of Americans and for all of Virginians. So realistically, this is a candidate that you might want to support, and if you don't like any of the other candidates, which are some of the Democrats, any of the other Democratic or Republican candidates, you might want to consider voting for Princess Blanding as the next governor, part of the newly formed Liberation Party. And honestly, I think she is a great leader. That maybe that's something what Virginia needs. I'm not going to be totally biased on her as a candidate, but obviously I want to remain unbiased. But I honestly think if Virginia elects a third party like Princess Blanding, part of that is a part of the newly formed Liberation Party, I think we can truly bring progressive and real courageous leaders into Virginia that will slowly but surely trickle up into the federal government, and we will achieve better governance. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and about enjoy this video on part of my new, which is going to be part of my new video series where I'll be talking about other third-party candidates. And if you guys have any other candidates that are running third-party, like libertarians and independent candidates, please feel free to share them in the comment section below. And what do you all honestly think of her as a candidate? She's I would say she's very progressive on a lot of issues. Like even on the environment, where she stands on the environment. She wants to protect the employment of workers in the fossil fuel industry by transitioning them into clean energy sectors. She believes in housing as a universal human. She believes that we should treat safe, secure, and dignified, affordable housing as a universal human right. But talk about her as a candidate. Would it be someone that you might want to consider voting for? And like what I said in my previous videos, and even my first episode of my Fixing American Democracy series, where I talked about reforming the Commission on Presidential Debates. More choices, the better, because it's going to be in competition, and the people are going to be heard. Everyone will be heard. And honestly, in my opinion, that's why I wanted to start this series and start this video. Make this video. I was very excited about it. I want to give third parties more of an equal chance with the two parties, because if we can level the playing field, if we can level the playing field with Democrats and Republicans to the point where third parties can start being more of a level playing field with them, then we can start achieving a better government overall, and we can slowly and not just end the division, but will help make all people in this country make everyone in this country feel like they have a voice in our government. But overall, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, this is the Young Centrist, and I am out.